Look at the starting lineup. Both teams going in the same manner they did in Game 3 on Saturday. The officials: Ed T. Rush, Bob Delaney, Joe Forte, Luke Longley, Alonzo Mourning on the opening tip, and it's controlled by the Heat.
And the Chicago Bulls are expecting an emotional charge out of the Miami Heat in an effort to get this crowd going. For the Heat to do that, they got to make some shots.
P.J. Brown working on Dennis Rodman. And here comes Scottie Pippen, turning Jamal Mashburn around and able to convert.
Well, first of all, a short arm shot by P.J. Brown, and Miami Heat want to go at Dennis Rodman. They don't respect his one-on-one defense that much, but a terrible transition defensive play by Mashburn.
And Harper with the steal. Ron Harper, who injured his hip here in Game 3 on Saturday. Bob Rashad telling us Alonzo Mourning refusing to shake the hand of Michael Jordan just prior to the opening tip. And it will be Miami ball. In Game 3 on Saturday, a disastrous performance by the Miami Heat. Tim Hardaway said it was embarrassing. We just quit. Pat Riley said total embarrassment.
But I'll tell you what, Mark, professional players very resilient by the nice move by Mashburn on the baseline against the double team. But by the time the players get to their car after the game, they really put that game behind them and have to get ready for the next day, which, by the way, was a grueling 3-hour practice with Pat Riley.
Foul called on Mashburn. And Pippen will put it in play. If there is a Game 5, it would take place Wednesday night in Chicago. Pippen picked up by Mourning. Minute and a half gone by, and the game is tied at 2. Dennis Rodman. Rodman able to tip it to Longley. And here's Harper for 3. Hardaway going into the second gear to set it up for Mourning.
And that's what the Miami Heat in this crowd have been looking for from Tim Hardaway. A little explosion, a little aggressiveness. Challenge the defender and take the ball to the rim, and then something good will happen, as he did there.
Rodman. Well, Dennis Rodman opening up in an offensive mode. Missed a baseline jumper, but able to hit on the drive to tie the game at 4. Mourning. Alonzo Mourning, who had a very long day with the 9 turnovers, 1 of 4 from the field on Saturday.
And a little adjustment there. Alonzo caught and did something with the ball immediately. What he's been doing in the past game: catch, turn, face, hold, wait, and it has really stagnated the offense of Miami.
And Alonzo Mourning has come out, hit his first 2 shots. Shot clock at 2. Jordan for 3. And went over the glass. So the ball back to Miami.
Well, Ron Harper has been given a lot of credit for slowing down Tim Hardaway. He says, hey, I have nothing to do with this. It's Tim Hardaway slowing himself down.
Hardaway played only 32 minutes on Saturday. He scored 13, 15, and 6 points. That's the breakdown in the 3 games of the series. The steal by Harper. Harper going all the way. And it's Rodman missing, but Pippen slapped it home.
That's what the Bulls have been doing throughout this series. Even though they have not been shooting the ball particularly well, they have been the quicker team to the loose balls, the quicker team to the second shot opportunities as the Heat stand flat-footed.
Game tied at 6. Mashburn. And a foul. Bob Delaney with the call against Chicago.
Here's Alonzo Mourning running right down the middle of the lane, and Tim Hardaway with that penetration knew all he had to do was get beyond Luke Longley, and then Alonzo Mourning turn, catch, shoot, and stop waiting for the offensive players to space the floor, get everybody legal, and then try to paw the floor and make his move. Here you see the scoring by Michael Jordan in the season. Actually has raised it throughout the playoffs, and Scottie Pippen also playing well in this series as well.
The Heat 7 and the Bulls 6 with 3.5 gone by. up and posting up on Brown. Jordan over Hardaway. Again, a three-point attempt. Ashburn, and the pass saved by Brown. P.J. Brown. And tiptoed by Mourning. Alonzo Mourning with his third field goal.
And as that ball went through the net, Mourning inadvertently, I think, hit Dennis Rodman in the back of the head, and on the way back down the floor kind of looked and smirked at him and said, "You're going to get a lot of that today, pal."
Pippen blocked by Mourning. Longley couldn't handle it. Hardaway hesitating and then fighting. Three-pointer for Tim Hardaway. And the Heat jumping in front 12-6.
Well, Phil Jackson very calm because the Bulls, as I said earlier, expected this kind of emotional charge. What the Bulls want to do is just try to weather it and stay in the game in this first quarter.
6-0 run by Miami. Longley. Well, Luke Longley, who was in foul trouble the other day. 5 fouls in 11 minutes. Never able to get into it. Scores early here. 12-8 the score. Miami with the lead and the ball. Mourning. And Pippen finding Hopper in the open floor. Call for steps. And a timeout called by Chicago. So Alonzo Mourning coming out in a different manner. The Heat by 4 with 6:51 to go in this first quarter.
And Tim Hardaway trying to get it going. He's been a very tired player, forcing himself into the action, taking that three in slow transition. And Pat Riley happy to see this start.
The thrills continue for the Rockets and the Jazz, Tuesday night on NBC.
Nelson reunion?
Presenting a new family of cars for 1997 from a new era at Mitsubishi.
Nelson family.
A wide range of rugged sport utility vehicles.
The Nelson?
Straight ahead.
Red-hot sports cars and refined new sedans. Great new cars for everyone, because no two people are
Nelson reunion?
exactly alike. The new family of cars from Mitsubishi, built for living.
If your parents can't afford $40,000 for college, ask your uncle. The Montgomery GI Bill plus the Army College Fund. Now $40,000 for college. Call your recruiter to find out how to qualify.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
Weekend warriors, prepare for battle.
Nowhere in America will you find more of the best brands for your lawn and garden. Great names like Scotts, Honda, and Toro than at the Home Depot, your power equipment headquarters. This is Dick.
What do you get when some really small group of people gather in some tiny, sweaty little club to see some incredibly huge band, but nobody knows who it is until the second they hit the stage? The Miller Genuine Draft blind date. Small clubs, large bands, big mystery. Explore the unknown.
Miami starting out in hot fashion. Chicago has begun slowly, and Tim Hardaway and Alonzo Mourning hoping to turn things around here in the early going. Alonzo has.
Well, and they need him to be aggressive in every area, not just scoring. He's got to run the floor, he's got to rebound, he's got to make the passes out of the double team, and he has to make his free throws, which he really has done a better job of in the last couple of games.
Tim Hardaway has hit on his first two, both from three-point range. Miami 15 and Chicago 8. Pass intended for Jordan, broken up by Leonard. Hardaway again. Recaptured by Leonard, but blocked by Longley. Miami will maintain possession.
Oh, big factor for Miami at the beginning of this first quarter, really packing their defense in, something they've been unable to do in the first 3 games of this series, forcing the Bulls to take perimeter shots.
Miami with 22 on the shot clock. Mourning had a notion. Here's Rashawn Leonard for 3. The Heat 18 and the Bulls 8. Michael Jordan has missed his first 3 field goal attempts, 2 from downtown. Miami with a 12-2 run. Scotty. And Luke Longley keeps it alive. Here's Pippen setting it up for Longley. And an offensive foul.
A big problem for Miami throughout the series, unable to make the 3-point shot, and they feel that they've been getting a lot of open looks. That one was actually challenged pretty well by Ron Harper, and then the defense compressing once again as Jordan slid in to try to help Mourning, leaving Leonard open.
Michael Jordan putting moves on Rashawn Leonard and then going right at Alonzo Mourning, but the shot too strong. Mashburn comes away with it. Hardaway feeling it. 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. The explosive start by Miami. They are in front of Chicago, 18-8. Nice pass. It counts in the foul. Harper setting up Rodman with the bounce pass.
Well, the Bulls running their triangle here, and Dennis Rodman doing a good job. Usually he runs away from the play, not expecting to get passes on the cut there, but just at that last split-second turn look, and a good thing he did to wind up with that 3-point play.
Foul committed by P.J. Brown, and Dennis Rodman has supplied 5 of the Bulls' 11 points. 7-point Miami lead. To the right. 20-11 Miami. Harper for 3. Oh, the Chicago shooting way off here at the start. 5 for 16. Matt, what is different about Miami here in the early going, aside from hitting their shots?
Thanks. That makes a huge difference. The 3-point shooting has been such a big factor for Miami throughout the season. Take and make more than any team in the league. And you make some of those outside shots, draws the defense out, and that enables a good penetrator like Tim Hardaway to get to the basket. He has had great crossover move, but we have not seen much of it this season. And you see how important he is to this Miami Heat team. In the wins, he generally scores big. And in the losses, we saw very lethargic Tim Hardaway in Game 3.
Ashford with the spin, and it will count. It's a goaltend. Longley getting a piece of it.
Everybody on the Heat just so much more aggressive because they've seen the ball go in the basket a little more, and they're seeing Chicago miss some shots. So their confidence has risen to a different level. But don't forget, Mark, the pressure is off Miami being down 0-3 in this series.
Scottie Pippen nailing a 3. Yes, the Heat coming out very spirited, something we did not see here on Saturday afternoon. 22-14, Miami. Mashburn. Jamal Mashburn. And Alonzo Mourning with the hustle rebound, and then threw it away. Thought that he had Rashawn Leonard.
Well, Alonzo Mourning had an epidemic of turnovers in Game 3. His first one there, just thinking Leonard was going to zig when he zagged.
He had 9 on Saturday. That was just too shy of the NBA playoff record. We'll be right back.
Grant, it's time to look beyond basketball. I'm thinking made-for-TV drama.
You want me to be just like Tommy, Dad, but I can only be Jake.
After that, you go on tour with your book. Then you cut an album.
I'm a cowboy.
So, what do we think?
I'd never do something like that. Care for a Sprite?
McDonald's Big Beefy Quarter Pounder with cheese. Just buy any size fries and drink and get one Big Beefy Quarter Pounder with cheese for just 55 cents in a my-size meal.
55 cents? How much is the Quarter Pounder if I buy a small Coke and fries?
55 cents.
How much if I buy a strawberry shake and fries?
55 cents.
The deal is in the meal. My-size meal at my McDonald's.
Now, Jack, I'm still not making any promises. Oh, watch out for that. But if you pass your driver's test, the car's yours.
Dad, you've been saying that since I was a baby.
Let's try to parallel park now.
Cool.
The 1997 Mitsubishi Galant. Reliability other cars only dream about. The Galant, Mirage, and Diamante. The family of sedans from Mitsubishi. Built for living.
Some of us know we can keep going when bad things happen. Because we've got someone who'll help make things right again. Being in good hands is the only place to be.
An abusive mother.
You never notice any bruises?
And a father forced to steal his own child.
This is the only way I know she'll be safe.
Abducted. NBC Tonight.
Well, in the history of the NBA playoffs, no team has ever come back from an 0-3 deficit to win the series. That is the task in front of Pat Riley and the Miami Heat. We talked about that with Pat.
One day it will happen that somebody will come back from 0-3 in some series, and it's happened in every walk of life. It's happened in every sport. It's happened in track and field with, you know, the high jump. It's happened in the 4-minute mile. It happens. I don't know if it's going to happen for us, but it will happen one day, and you might as well be the first.
Well, that's coach speak as an answer for that inevitable question, and Pat does that very well, but he also is quick to say that all he cares about is how his team plays today and focus only in on this game.
On 51 occasions, teams have been down 0-3 in the NBA playoffs. Only 22 teams have managed to even win one game after trailing 0-3. So statistically, it's not a pretty picture from the Miami Heat point of view. Ryan Williams, who played well the other day, has come on for the first time. And a 3-second violation call.
And it's on Dennis Rodman, and in my memory of this series, that's the first time a 3-second violation has been called on Dennis Rodman, who is one of the best cheaters in all of basketball as far as getting into that lane early. And I use that word cheating in a positive way. It's good to do that if you can get away with it and force the officials to call it once in a while.
Mashburn went to the crossover. Beautiful move by Jamal Mashburn has come out strong. He has 7 points. The Heat up by 10.
And you also see the mindset of Miami. Every chance they get, they want to go at Dennis Rodman and make him defend. No way is Dennis Rodman the defensive player that he was 4, 5, 6 years ago as a member of the Detroit Pistons. He does scramble for those loose balls and rebounds very well, but does have trouble with individual D.
Michael Jordan fouled by Bashan Leonard.
And Dennis Rodman would much prefer to play bigger, stronger people inside. He does not like to leave the basket area to have to bend his knees and try to defend a guy who can put the ball on the floor, as Jamal Mashburn did right there.
So Jordan to the line, an 83% free throw shooter. Michael winning a record 9th scoring title, averaging just under 30 per game. Another stellar regular season. What's amazing, the competitive spirit still going so strong. Able to combine talent with amazing drive. his first 2 points of the game.
And Marv, I'm a little surprised that Michael did not come out roaring a little more. Now, he had to take some tough shots early in the first quarter with the shot clock winding down, but realizing that the Heat would be fired up, the Bulls might be a little complacent, I expected Michael to take over early.
P.J. Brown getting position. And Rodman knocked it away, recovered by Hardaway. And last touched by Brown.
And now the Heat showing some signs of being aggressive on the offensive glass. Dennis Rodman trying to do it all by himself as Brian Williams bailed out a little early looking for transition.
Dan Marley getting set to check in for Miami. Harper backs to three-point territory. Yes! Ron Harper with his first field goal. It cuts it to a 5-point Miami lead. Mourning got the step and was fouled by Williams. Well, you can satisfy your basketball craving any time of the day or night by logging on to NBA.com, the official website of the NBA for in-depth playoff coverage, full-color multimedia, up-to-the-minute scores and stats. Check NBA.com, all hoops, all the time. Alonzo Mourning, as we mentioned, did pick up the free throw shooting the other day, although only 1 of 4 from the floor. He was 10 of 12 at the line.
And 4 for 6 in game 2, 7 for 15 in game 1. But you got to like what Alonzo Mourning has done so far. Really into this game as his former college coach John Thompson sitting on that left baseline and watching very intently. But Alonzo Mourning coming out very aggressive, but that really hurts when you don't take advantage of the freebies.
Steve Kerr has come on for the first time for Chicago. Steve in a bit of a shooting slump, 0 for 5 in his 22 minutes on Saturday.
Scottie Pippen calling for the spread floor there, where Miami got hurt in game 3 was going out too far in the floor. This time they compressed defensively and forced a turnover.
1 minute left in this first quarter. 5-point Miami lead. Marley guarded by Rodman. Marley with a running hook. He was forced into the difficult shot by the defensive play of Rodman.
And wanting to go at Rodman, but really shouldn't have taken that poor a shot because the defense of Rodman was not that good.
Now Pippen putting moves on Marley. Illegal defense called for the first time against Miami. So Chicago gets the new 24. Isaac Austin has come on for Jamal Mashburn. An effective stint for Mashburn. 3 of 4 from the field, 7 points. The Heat 24 and the Bulls 19. Here's Harper for 3. Brian Williams with a good play to save it. Traveling violation.
A mental error there by Scottie Pippen in getting the second chance opportunity with 20 seconds left in the quarter. Scottie should have pulled that back out and waited for the last shot, but he was going to the basket looking for a score.
6th turnover by the Bulls. Miami with just 3. Miami with turnover problems the other day. 32 leading to 36 Bulls points. That was close to an NBA playoff record. Final seconds of the quarter. Austin. Mourning. Will not count. The official at half court, Joe Forte, watching the clock. Waved it off. He said too late.
I'm a little surprised the Bulls didn't even try to foul Mourning here, but keep an eye on these lower right-hand part of your screen as Alonzo Mourning has to gather to get himself going. And clearly the ball not out of his hands before the end of the quarter.
So that is the end of the first. Alonzo Mourning with a fast start, 3 of 4 from the field, 6 points. Tim Hardaway leads the way with 8. Quiet start from Michael Jordan, just 0 for 4, just 2 points. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
After conquering Earth for 30 years, it was time to comfort it. Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Montero Sport.
What are you doing? Forgot to shave.
A remarkably smooth-riding sport utility vehicle. The Montero Sport. It It puts a new face on SUV comfort.
Not bad.
Hey, you missed a spot.
The 1997 Montero Sport and Montero from Mitsubishi, built for living.
He's an out-of-work actor.
I think you were me. It was a walk-on, Charlie.
Impersonating a lawyer.
This is fraud.
Lady overruled. Bag? No. Who's taking the case?
That's our defense.
A Twinkie? And making the most.
Can we get around this law thing?
You're touching me.
Of his day in court. Michael Richards. Jeff Daniels. The defense threat! Trial and Error. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday.
Now, there's a fuel system treatment from Castrol that can improve acceleration when you need it most. Introducing Castrol Syntec Power System with unique synthetic cleansers that reduce carbon deposits and can improve acceleration in today's advanced cars. You never know when you'll need it next. Castrol Syntec Power System. Power when you need it.
You're watching the NBA on NBC. The 1997 NBA playoffs.
Ahmad Rashad back here in Miami, where I'm joined now with Dikembe Mutombo and Patrick Ewing. Now, I would think that you guys, both your seasons over, you'd be somewhere on vacation.
Yeah, I'm on vacation. Unfortunately, I'm not playing, but I thought we felt Alonzo needed our help, our support, so we came out to give him our support.
So, now, Dikembe, you are one of the few teams that beat the Bulls in the playoffs. Can Miami beat the Bulls?
I think all they have to do is just to believe themselves that they can do it and just go and try to play hard as they can.
Now, you guys both know Michael Jordan. You know that sitting down here where you're sitting, you guys are trying to give Alonzo, just trying to support him right now. You know Michael is looking at you, trying to ruin this whole dream. You know that.
Well, you know, that's Michael. He's ruined my dreams a lot. But, you know, I feel Alonzo, I told Alonzo, both he and his teammates just have to believe that they can beat him. And you know, they have a good team, and if they believe, then they'll get it done.
Maybe one of these days the three of you can play on the same team?
I don't want it to happen.
No, because you need about 3 or 4 basketball.
We'll be the point guard.
All right, enjoy yourself, you guys. All right, back to you, Marv.
All right, thanks, Ahmad. So a couple of Georgetown Hoyas rooting on Alonzo Mourning, hoping that he and the Heat able to keep this series going. Alonzo Mourning off the beautiful alley-oop lead from Tim Hardaway extends to a 26-21 advantage with the second quarter just getting underway. Tony Kukoc has come on for the first time. Jordan and Kerr in the backcourt. Dennis Rodman very offensive conscious with another shot. Rodman is up front with Kukoc and Williams. Dan Marley met by Tony Kukoc. Isaac Austin. Austin with a post-up on Rodman, and well done.
Once again, Miami taking every opportunity to go at Rodman, and that's where he generally, Dennis Rodman that is, plays his best defense, but overpowered that time by Ike Austin.
The Heat 28, and the Bulls 21. Kerr played by Hardaway. Brian Williams. So he's hit 2 of 2 from the field, and it's Miami by 5.
Best execution so far for Chicago, starting out with the spread offense and getting into the triangle. Good ball movement, good player movement, results for a good shot.
Brown looking for a foul on Williams. Martin goes right at him. Alonzo Mourning now 4 of 6 from the field. Jordan's pass broken up.
Well, Miami Heat taking a page out of the Chicago play with the back pick by Bashawn Leonard and the perfect pass to Alonzo Mourning. Bashawn Leonard coming up, setting the back pick on Brian Williams. No talk from Michael Jordan. Perfect execution.
9:57 remaining. First half. It's the Heat by 5.
Yes. We got that.
Finally, you can drive what you've always dreamed about, the Aurora V8. If this engine can power the Indy race cars, imagine how you'll feel on a test drive. Isn't it time you drove your dream car? For a limited time, you can lease the Aurora for just $3.99 a month. See your Oldsmobile retailer. The Aurora V8, the power behind Indy.
He won the Kentucky Derby. He won the Preakness Stakes. And this year, as he heads into the final race of the Visa Triple Crown Challenge, there really seems to be an absolute 100% sure thing. If you try to use American Express at the Belmont Stakes, you won't get in, because the only card accepted at the gate is Visa. It's everywhere you want to be.
Hi, I'm David Novak, the president of Pizza Hut, and I'm here to tell you about some big changes in the world of pizza. We decided we were going to make the best pizza that you've ever had. That meant changing a lot of little things, like fresh mushrooms, fresh peppers, fresh onions. Slice them thicker so you can really crunch down into them. And better meat toppings, too, like chunkier beef and meatier sausage. We set out to make the best pizza that we've ever made. And I'm here to tell you, we are making pizza.
Only $9.99 for our new large pizza with not one, but 2 toppings.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Oldsmobile and your local Oldsmobile retailers. By FedEx, just what you want, just when you want it. With FedEx, it's the way the world works. And by Aleve, all day strong, all day long.
A big reason for the Chicago Bulls getting off to a slow start in the first quarter. A lot of perimeter shots. Keep an eye on that shot clock up top. Michael Jordan keeps winding up with the ball. That time it was 3 seconds on the shot clock. And then a wide open look from Ron Harper. Can't get it to go down. As so far, the packed-in defense of Miami has been effective. And look at that. Michael Jordan unable to get it going from the field. Generally what he does in this situation, take the ball to the basket, try to get fouled.
And as you mentioned earlier, did not look to come out with the barrage. He's now 0 for 6 from the field. And it will be Miami ball.
He tried to penetrate that time. Couldn't turn the corner on the baseline. I think you have to give a little credit to Bashawn Leonard, who has certainly had his hands full trying to defend Michael Jordan. He's getting the best of it so far today.
The Heat 28, the Bulls 23. Leonard did not get the friendly roll. Mourning able to hustle it down. Marley with the roll for 3. And Rodman rebound.
Oh, Michael disappointed there. First he thought he should have got the ball from Rodman, then the alley-oop from Kerr.
Oh, Dennis Rodman on the drive. And Dennis Rodman with 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, keeping the Bulls in it here in this first half.
Did you mention that he's taken 6 shots already? That's about 3 games worth for Dennis.
3 of 6 from the field. Leonard sets it up. Austin. Nice adjustment by Bashawn Leonard. Did not have the shot and was able to locate Isaac Austin. The Heat 30 and the Bulls 25. Marv Albert, Matt Goodness, and Ahmad Rashad from Miami. The season on the line for the Heat, down 3-0 in the series. Chicago would like to wrap it. Steve Kerr, and that's a good sign for the Bulls. 0 for 5 the other day in Game 3. And Kerr cuts it to a 3-point Miami advantage.
The Miami Heat are so conscious of Steve Kerr from downtown. They're hugging up on him. Steve has to make that adjustment to start moving in and find those little seams inside the arc.
Good ball distribution. Marley way off, though, on that 3-point attempt. Jordan putting the move on and is fouled. Michael Jordan off the hesitation dribble, got the step, and he's headed to the line.
Well, there's a tendency to forget about Dennis Rodman as an offensive threat because he rarely looks at the basket. That time, no doubt about it. He just wanted to catch the ball, make a move to the basket, as a couple of big guys who have gone against against Dennis. I said, where did that come from?
Well, Michael Jordan has hit his last 18 free throws. So much for that streak.
Well, of course, the speculation is that on an off day yesterday with a 3-zip lead in this series, that Michael Jordan, being in sunny South Florida, was out playing golf. Now, golf is normally not a tiring sport. It is for some, Marv, you know, when you have to take a lot of wax at it. I've done that a time or two myself, but maybe too much golf for Michael Jordan.
That is always the possibility with a team up 3-0. Come out on the Loggy side. Of course, Pat Riley challenged his ball club. Foul is called. It's a block on Jordan. You know that Pat Riley made the point that did not want to go out humiliated at home. Swept 4-0, and the Heat have certainly come out with much vigor here today. As we discussed earlier, it helps to hit your shots in contrast to what took place in Game 3 on Saturday. But in every phase of the game, they picked it up. Jordan with the strip of Mourning, who was able to recover and then lost it again. Collides with Rodman. And Mourning is being held back. He felt that Rodman tried to take him down.
You know, that was just traffic there, although I'd have to see the play again on the replay, but an overreaction, I think, on the part of Alonzo Mourning, and then stripped by Michael Jordan once. Michael Jordan is going to get it again and knock it loose, and Dennis Rodman did bend over as Mourning was up in the air, and you can see why now that Alonzo Mourning had something to complain about, but in all the banging and hitting inside, that was not one of the worst by Dennis Rodman.
And no fouls were called, only 2 on the shot clock, and it is a 24-second violation. It has reached the point where we're making judgments on the degree of the hit where Rodman is involved.
Dennis did hold his ground there, but in bending over while Alonzo Mourning was up in the air. We had a play similar like that in Game 2 where there was a hard fall to the floor. And of course, Miami is so aware of Dennis Rodman, even though they say they are not.
Jordan when he moves on Mashburn. And played him well, and Michael way off. 0 for 7 from the field. Here's Crotty. Mourning played by Williams. Miami has led by as many as 11. Not able to take advantage here with the Bulls closing. They're within 2. Jordan off the recovery and was trapped. Nowhere to go. Good look from Cooper. It will count. It's a goaltend. Dennis Rodman with 9 points, and he's tied the game at 30.
Well, with all the struggling that the Chicago Bulls have done, and you look up and you see that it is tied 30, clearly Miami missed a lot of opportunities so far in this first half.
Timeout called by Pat Riley. 6:28 left. First half, the game tied at 30.
I'm Tiger Woods.
I'm Tiger Woods.
I'm Tiger Woods.
I'm Tiger Woods.
I am Tiger Woods. I am Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger Woods. I am Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger Woods.
Finally, you can drive what you've always dreamed about, the Aurora V8. If this engine can power the Indy race cars, imagine how you'll feel on a test drive. Isn't it time you drove your dream car? For a limited time, you can lease the Aurora for just $3.99 a month. See your Oldsmobile retailer. The Aurora V8, the power behind Indy.
This morning, a quiet man in Wales decided to stir imaginations around the world. Soon, classrooms became kingdoms. Dinosaurs roamed the earth, and all it took was the wave of a wand, the twinkle of an eye, and suddenly he could open minds, take dreams farther, and create more excitement than ever before. He wasn't always so powerful, but with FedEx, it's the way the world works.
Okay, here we go, Blue. Pop, pop, pop. Double it. And that's a shot. Yeah. Good job. Way to go right there. Two. We got a shot. We got a shot. Oh, got it. Yeah. Come on, go. Nice, yeah. Nice. Stay with it. Yeah, I got you. Happy.
Tennis's most grueling Grand Slam. Pete Sampras, Martina Hingis, Steffi Graf, Monica Seles, and more. The French Open presented by Perrier this weekend on NBC.
Well, in Game 3, Alonzo Mourning just 1 for 4 from the field, coming out alive in this first half. Hitting this quick jumper. No box out, takes advantage to get inside Luke Longley. And then the back pick by Marshawn Leonard and the perfect pass as Alonzo Mourning. 4 for 7 from the field, 8 points, 5 rebounds, all of them at the offensive end as Alonzo picking on just about everybody on Chicago, and that'll happen when you're aggressive, and that's the way he has to be. Sometimes Alonzo tends to drift offensively, and when he does get the ball in the post, hold the ball too long. He gets a breather right now.
The Mourning sitting it out. P.J. Brown, Isaac Austin, Jamal Mashburn. Up front, here's Mashburn. He's played well. 9 points for Mashburn. The Heat leads 32-30. Prior to that basket, the Bulls with a 19-8 run. They were down by as many as 11. We're halfway through the second quarter. And back comes Hardaway. With Michael Jordan not shooting well, the Chicago Bulls really need a lift from others. Scottie Pippen is back on the floor. Here's Brown. Nice handoff, but Austin could not convert. Austin on the follow was hacked. Brian Williams picks up his second. A reminder, tomorrow the NBA playoffs will move on to prime time with Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. Charles Barkley and the Houston Rockets taking on Karl Malone and the Utah Jazz tomorrow night right here on NBC. What a finish yesterday. Eddie Johnson with the storybook three-pointer to win it at the buzzer.
Bob, I don't think I ever saw a shot stay in the air that long. And of course, we've seen it so many times since, but definitely a rainbow from Eddie Johnson all day.
The Heat 34 and the Bulls 30. 5:20 left in the first half. Brown poked it away from Kukoc. Shot clock is down to 3. And Jordan from way downtown. Michael Jordan, 4 of 33 from three-point range in the playoffs. Well, that one, he had a pop-up with the 24-second clock running out, but Michael is now 0 for 8 from the field. Mashburn. Miami has had a number of opportunities to add to that lead. Oh, bad pass, miscommunication between Pippen and Kerr. The Heat have had opportunities to pull away. They have not been able to, despite the fact that the Bulls have not played well. They're down by just 4.
Well, a big factor in the first half is Miami had a good run going. They had to give Tim Hardaway a rest, and then things slowed down, and now Alonzo Mourning out of the game, so things slowing down again. And Pat Riley has to give these players a rest. They're tired players. They look like tired players, but he's got to get them both on the floor for longer stretches.
Who is one of those players you've been referring to as looking fatigued. Played well in this first half. He has 10. The Bulls want to talk it over. 4:21 left. First half. It is Miami off a 6-0 run, up by 6 points.
Tim Hardaway, such a good penetrator, turns his back to Ron Harper, faked him out twice. I don't think he could believe he was that open on the drive.
If you ever end up in some Ben Hur movie, in your new 97 Pontiac Sunfire GT, with its powerful twin-cam engine, well, you'll be glad you have a quick-handling sports suspension. And, of course, 150 horses. The new 1997 Pontiac Sunfire GT. Finally, a real set of wheels you can really afford.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
When the FBI can't handle it. When the CIA can't see it. The MIB.
We are the men in black.
Fasten your seatbelt. Is all over it. This summer.
How to use these things? No idea whatsoever.
They're protecting the Earth from the scum of the universe.
You have any idea how much that stings?
Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith, Men in Black. Rated PG-13. Opens everywhere July 2nd.
Hi, everybody. Hannah Storm in New York. Coming up on the Prudential Halftime Report, we'll hear from Charles Barkley of the Houston Rockets after yesterday's last-second thriller at the Summit. His team heads into tomorrow night's Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals, all tied with the Utah Jazz at 2 games apiece. No such theatrics thus far in the East, where the Bulls have a comfortable 3-0 lead, but Miami leads Chicago right now by 6 in Game 4. As we send it back to Marv Albert, Matt Gukas, and Ahmad Rashad.
All right, thank you, Hannah. And the story in this first half, the good start by Miami and the uncharacteristic start for Michael Jordan. 0 for 8. Those are the misses.
And 4 of those shots have come with the shot clock winding down, and this was one of them. And he just had to launch that thing, not even close at all. And you can see the disgust on the face of Michael Jordan. He is frustrated, primarily with the way that he's playing, but also with his teammates not getting him better shot opportunities.
This may be premature, but a look at some of the poor playoff performances by Michael Jordan. We still have much time remaining. We have seen turns on a number of occasions.
He's not going to stop shooting.
No. Here's Luke Longley set up by Michael Jordan. Ron Harper could not hold on. Jordan with 34 points on 14 of 25 from the field here on Saturday as a follow-up to the poor game in Game 2, 4 of 15, but he did his damage at the foul line, particularly in the fourth quarter.
And we're seeing that rare slumping body language from Michael.
Tim Hardaway. 39-30. The Heat with the lead. They've led by as many as 11. Chicago was able to tie it at 30. And Miami has reeled off 9 straight. Jordan not able to hit again. And he's been missing by wide margins.
No legs on that last jump shot.
Hardaway, yes. Miami by 11. 11 unanswered points for the Heat. Pippen. Rebounded by Brown. Austin going all the way. Chicago looking for a charging foul.
And Ron Harper was there waiting for a long time. He was shocked he didn't get the call.
Just under 3 minutes remaining in the half. Now Jordan played by Marley. Harper for 3. And Rodman and Austin hit the floor.
Well, as I said earlier, Ron Harper not wanting to take any credit for the slumping Tim Hardaway, saying all of his problems are his own, not being aggressive offensively. Well, today he has turned the tide with being very aggressive. Then on the next possession, Dennis Rodman in an offensive rebound attempt does not get it, leading to this play for Hardaway. Nice little pick in transition, able to shake loose from Ron Harper for that open jump shot.
Foul was called on Mashburn on that play. Isaac Austin hearing the cheers as he sits down. The Bulls have not scored the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds, trailing now by 11. Longley's pass was rejected by Mourning, who just checked back. Longley on the recovery. Miami looking for a travel. Rodman and Brown having words, but a foul call. It's on Mourning, his first.
Alonzo Mourning obviously not happy with that call. Luke Longley getting himself in all kinds of trouble away from the basket, putting the ball on the floor, putting up a very poor percentage shot, and a worse foul by Alonzo Mourning, who just his first, and Alonzo can pick them up in clusters.
And Luke Longley, during the regular season, a 79% free throw shooter. It has all gone wrong for the Bulls in this first half.
And the Bulls and their two key players, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, have the same look on their faces that all the Miami Heat had in Game 3.
Miami by 10. Hardaway. Oh, you know. Tim Hardaway firing one from way downtown with no shot, although we've seen him hit some of those. Here's Jordan, and again comes up short. Make it 0 for 10 for Michael Jordan. Just under 2 minutes to go in the half. Hardaway. 13-point Miami lead. Hardaway 4 of 7 from three-point land. And the fan of Let's Go Heat. Shot clock at 3. Down to 2. Jordan for 3. Leonard for 3. Miami by 16. We approach 1 minute to go in the first half. Miscommunication between Harper and Longley, and a lot of this. Guys barking at each other.
And you wonder why Phil Jackson not taking the timeout. He's already taken a couple in this first half, but in situations like this, when the team is totally out of it as a group, he tries to let them figure it out for themselves. The big problem right now is I see heavy legs.
Hardaway for 3. Mourning able to keep it alive. Hardaway puts the move on Pippen and is apparently tripped up. Pippen pointing at one of the officials, thought it was a late whistle. Scottie Pippen called for the foul, his second.
Well, the outside official, Bob Delaney, was about to, or he thought a walking violation was going to be called. The baseline official, Joe Forty, had the foul.
And a timeout is called with 39 seconds left in the half.
Well, last Sunday in Game 7 against New York, we saw Tim Hardaway have an unbelievable third quarter, scoring 18 points. He's got 18 in this first half. Still not looking as quick as he normally is, but still able to shake loose and get shots as the Bulls look very slow. The little pump fake pass, and Tim Hardaway left all alone as Ron Harper has been so far away from him. And Ron Harper generally has success against a smaller player like Hardaway. He has to give some ground because of the quickness factor, but the long arms usually bothers. It's not bothering Tim Hardaway today. And there are the wins in the playoffs. Tim Hardaway almost 22 a game and the good three-point shooting percentage. And then you see what happens in the losses when Tim Hardaway can't find the basket.
And Miami in the midst of a 17-1 run. The game was tied at 30. Since then, they have outscored Chicago 17-1. And the call against the Heat. Offensive foul
for 42, P.J. Brown.
On Brown. That is his second. A first half that has seen Michael Jordan shoot 0 for 11. Just extraordinary. But not only has he been off, way off. I can't recall a shot that was actually close.
Well, no legs. He had one drive to the basket. That shot got blocked. It's just that very heavy-legged, not getting up on the jump shot, no life in his legs, which is in game 3, which is why he was so strong, so quick off the dribble to come to that quick stop, get up in the air and shoot even before some of those shots could get challenged.
And the other factor, Miami has turned it over only 5 times. Foul on Keith Askins, who just checked in. Only five turnovers as opposed to the 32, just 4 shy of an NBA playoff record on Saturday. That's the one foul the Heat had to give. Willie Anderson is not with the Heat today. His dad is ill, and he went to join his father at his bedside. That's turnover number 9 committed by Chicago. Out of 10 seconds in the half. Hardaway putting moves on Kerr. Fires the 3. Askins. And Jordan just intent on keeping it away from the rim. Only 31 points for the Bulls in the first half. Look at that stat line. 0 for 11 from the field for Jordan. Hardaway turning it on. He has 18 points in this first half. A commanding lead for Miami. Coming up, the Prudential halftime report after these messages.
It's almost literary. The epic battle between man and machine. Robinson's smart, Blue's smart. Blue's digital, Robinson's analog. Vertical leap versus parallel processing. They both have good nicknames. If Robinson's not that great at molecular engineering or weather forecasting, or Blue, you know, can handle massive website traffic.
How do you get this equipment to these troops when there's a river between them? Build a bridge. Problem solving. You need it now in college. Learn it now in the Army Reserve.
All that you can be.
The Pontiac Firebird waits. 305 horsepower comes to life. Ram air induction turns air into fuel in a rush. Firebird, you're ready to fly. New Buffalo Crispy Strips from KFC are boneless, all-white meat chicken. But will they fly in Buffalo, home of buffalo wings?
Very good. All right. Not bad.
The Colonel, he must have been born in Buffalo.
Now try this Buffalo Crispy Strip meal, just $2.99.
My sister did without for years to make this business work. Some morning she'd wake up, her back felt ready for a wrecking ball. She'd take 2 Tylenol, but hours later, pain had come back. She'd have to take more. She couldn't take it any longer. So her doctor said try a lead.
I could take just 2 Aleve all day. With Tylenol, I was taking up to 8.
So she tried a lead. Keeps her pain away up to 12 hours.
It's meant a great deal to her. Who did your hair?
Aleve. All day strong, all day long.
What a finish!
Drexler outside. Maloney. Johnson at the buzzer.
Yesterday, Eddie Johnson's buzzer beater lifted Houston to victory, tying the series. Now it's back to Utah for pivotal Game 5. Barkley and the Rockets, Malone and the Jazz. The NBA Conference Finals go primetime, Tuesday at 9 on NBC. This is the Prudential Halftime Report, brought to you by Prudential, bringing strength and stability to America's families through insurance, healthcare, real estate, and financial services.
Halftime of Game 4 in Miami with the Heat all over the Bulls thus far, 47-31. Michael Jordan 0 for 11 in the first half. Tim Hardaway finally got it working for Miami. He's got 18 points. Hi, everybody. Hannah Storm, along with the usual cast of characters. Julie Serving, Peter Bessie, and Mike Fratello. They got some definite thoughts on the first half, and we're going to get those in just a few moments. But first, tomorrow in Salt Lake City, the Western Conference Finals continue with Game 5. The Rockets and the Jazz all tied up at 2 games apiece after yesterday's thrilling win for Houston. After the game, Jim Gray spoke with the Rockets' Charles Barkley.
Drexler outside, Maloney, Johnson at the buzzer.
Can you recall as exciting a finish and as important a shot as Eddie Johnson hit yesterday?
No, I mean, it was just one of those unbelievable things. You just have to be there. And the ball in the air so long. When it went through, it was just the most amazing feeling for me and my team. And the crowd was going crazy. And now we got to feed on that.
Malone just knocked Barkley over, who fell into Stockton.
Late in the game, he took a foul from Carl.
And what happened was, something happened on the other end. I knew he was mad. So I said something to him to make him even madder. And I knew running down the floor, he was going to hit me or come close to hit me. So the time he got close enough for me to breathe, I just flopped. And they called it. Because I knew, you know, me and Carl were roommates in 1982. We spent a summer together. He's one of my best friends, but I know how to ride it. I was leaning sideways before he even hit me. So it was easy. Sometimes we don't play with a sense of urgency. That's probably the only thing that disappoints me about our team. And they're kind of lackadaisical at times. And they don't feel that sense of urgency that I feel.
You had implored your teammates before the game in the national press and on NBC to play with a sense of urgency.
I was disappointed the way that came out. I was asked a question about the difference between us and Utah. Utah is playing, you know, like it's a life or death thing. And we have to match that because they are a terrific team. Yeah, we want to win, but how bad do you want to win is the question. You know, this is, to me, is a big deal. I want to get to the finals. I need to get to the finals. You know, I want to win the championship. And if I just want a sense of urgency.
Do you feel as though, realistically, that this opportunity right now represents your last chance?
Yeah, I do. Because, number one, it's a young person game, number one. So the young teams, they're pretty good. The Lakers, Minnesota, Seattle. But also, as an older team, you lose something more every year. You know, me, Clyde, and Dream, if we had played together 5 years ago, nobody could beat us. But now, we're just good players who used to be great players. And next year, if we play, we'll be less of great players.
It's a sad, sad day in America. Y'all got nothing better to do than watch me.
You have played these playoffs with such joy. Are you the only one in this league who seems to have fun?
I understand that it's going to end soon for me. Whether it's this year or next year, it's going to end. And I understand that, man, I've had the best life ever. I've had the best life ever. I've lived every kid's dream. And now that it's slipping away, I'm not upset. I'm not disappointed. But I want to enjoy it and leave like saying I had the best life in the world.
When we return, more on the Rockets and the Jazz as we hear from our trio in Salt Lake City and our trio here in the studio. We'll talk about that interesting first half in Miami. But first, a message from Prudential and a word from the NBA.
You have opened your eyes to the needs of others and have taken action.
Why do ordinary kids do extraordinary things? Each year, the Prudential Spirit of Community Awards salutes young Americans in high schools and middle schools who have volunteered their time, energy, and spirit, proving that one person can make a difference. Prudential salutes their spirit.
I love playing to a full house. Nothing's better than seeing 24,000 excited fans pack this place. But if we fill these seats with every abused child from last year alone, we could fill 40 arenas. The numbers don't lie.
Welcome back, and let's continue with that riveting series out west. The Jazz and the Rockets tied at 2 games apiece. Here's Greg Gumbel, Steve Jones, and Bill Walton.
All right, Hannah, greetings from Salt Lake City, everyone, as we all prepare for Game 5 tomorrow night between the Jazz and the Houston Rockets. One thing we know for sure, Steve Jones, the Jazz are happy to be home.
No, they are. They have the second-best home court record in the NBA, and they feel good about it. They've only lost 2 in a row at home since January. It ain't going to happen. This has become a home court series. Karl Malone has assured us we worked all year long to get this. They're going to the NBA championship.
Yeah, the focus of this series has now become Karl Malone versus Charles Barkley. We saw Barkley in the 2 Houston victories come out and take charge in a leadership role. We talked to Karl Malone earlier today, and he wants to do very much the same thing now that his team is back in Utah.
Obviously, I haven't played the kind of basketball I have to play, and Charles have a lot more luxury than I have, playing with some guys he got to play with, but that's part of it. I'm due for one throughout the playoffs. Like I said, even though we've won in the playoffs thus far, I haven't had the kind of game or games. I want games, not just one game, but obviously you take one at a time, and I haven't had that yet, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
That's all fine for Karl Malone, but for the Houston Rockets, it's not about numbers, it's not about strategies. This is all about taking the wildest crowd in the NBA out of the game. This is about turning those cheers into boos. This is about being in the zone. This is about spending 48 hours dreaming about your jumper going down and getting every single rebound. But it's also about making the effort and commitment to develop the confidence to break the spirit of Karl Malone. So when you walk out there for the opening tap, you look in Karl's eyes, and he's the one who's going to quit. Greg, the Houston Rockets are going to have to play the absolute game of their life tomorrow night.
All right, Bill, and for us, the challenge is all about getting Bill Walton down to planet Earth in time for the tip-off tomorrow night. We'll see you then. Hannah?
Thanks, Greg. Big challenge. Game 5 in Utah is tomorrow night. 9 o'clock Eastern is the tip-off. Now, let's get back to this game in Miami. The Heat are leading the Bulls 47-31. One of the few people who's not surprised about that is Dr. J, who told us before the game, hey, they would see desperation on the part of Miami. It's tough to close out a series like this.
It is tough. The desperation has turned to desire, and it looks like the fear that Miami was supposed to show has turned into focus. The big 3 for Miami has clearly stepped up here. Alonzo Mourning's all-around play. Tim Hardaway has found his stroke. And we got to give some serious props to Jamal Mashburn here. I mean, he has that look like no matter who's guarding me, Pippen, Rodman, whatever, I'm going to use my all-around skills. I'm going to get to the hoop. I'm going to take good shots, and I'm going to be a factor in this game. The key for Miami is that 3rd star showing up, and that's Jamal Mashburn.
So far, a non-factor in this game, Michael Jordan. What's happened to Michael?
Can you believe it? 0 for 11, this guy. Either he is still mourning the fact that Tiger Woods fell apart in the Colonial, or the Bulls made a terrible tactical error of scheduling the pregame warm-up today before the game at Greg Norman's house.
Oh.
But if he was 4 for 15 in Game 2, and in order for him to get to 4 for 15, Jordan is going to have to hit his first 4 shots of the 3rd quarter. And if I'm Alonzo Mourning, I'm second-guessing myself right now. Why didn't I guarantee victories in 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, obviously it was that simple, right? Guarantee a win, and here they are. Obviously that's not true, Mike. So what's Miami done to play their best half, really, since the first half of the series?
Statistically, what jumps out at you is, first of all, the starting backcourt's 24-6 in favor of Miami against the Bull backcourt. Secondly, they had 32 turnovers last game, Miami. Now only 5 in the first half. Well, let's go back quickly to games 1 and 2. They lead by 16 points, Miami, in Game 1, but missed 15 out of 30 free throws. Game 2, it's a 1-point game, 59-58, with 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter, but they shoot only 3 for 26. So they knew they could get it done. They had played them that close. They go home for Game 3, and what happens? Many times when you go home, all the distractions affect the home team much more than the road team. They were affected by the distractions. They've got their focus back today.
Wow. You look at the 31 points that Chicago has scored. This is their lowest first-half score of the season. It is halftime in Miami, and the Heat are leading the Bulls by 16. We'll send it back for the second half right after these messages from your local station.
This has been the Prudential Halftime Report, brought to you by Prudential, bringing strength and stability to America's families through insurance, healthcare, real estate, and financial services.
This summer, there's no place cooler than NBC Sunday with Third Rock News Radio and the Cool Jerks.
Cool Jerks. Ooh, look at my body. I am so hot. Cool Jerks. This is sexy.
Sunday night on NBC, the Cool Jerks.
Squeeze my head. It's soft.
The cookies catchy. Ever did see the Cool Jerks. Hey, if you're gonna be a jerk, be a cool jerk. Third Rock and News Radio, NBC Sunday.
This game is brought to you in part by Ameritech.
People will do just about anything for Bulls tickets.
And now we have the human cannonball.
For Bulls tickets, I'm going off the backboard. Nothing but net. I'm going!
Ooh, air ball.
Now there's an easier way to get Bulls tickets. Sign up for Ameritech cellular paging service and be automatically registered to win Bulls playoff tickets. No purchase necessary. Ameritech, your link to better communication.
This Memorial Weekend, instead of the same old picnic, come to Montgomery Ward and have yourself a real picnic. With big savings throughout the entire store, you'll find a big spread of electronics on sale and some really cool deals on appliances, too. Then make quite a haul on all furniture and mattresses when you take an extra 10% off, even on sale prices. And get free delivery on all appliances $349 and up. But hurry, because a picnic like this won't be around forever. The Montgomery Ward Memorial Weekend Sale, Friday through Monday.
Dodge Caravan thoughtfully comes in 2 sizes. Oh, the price fits, too. During the National Dodge Sale, you'll find all kinds of great offers on Dodge Caravan, including up to $1,000 cash back to close the deal. Caravan, the new Dodge. Fred Couples, Masters champion. Greg Norman, 2-time British Open champion. Nick Faldo, 3 times a British Open champion and 3 times a Masters victor. But one title has eluded them all. Golf's greatest championship, the U.S. Open, coming June 12th to NBC.
Welcome back to Miami, where the Heat finished up with a 17-1 run and lead by 16 as we head to the second half. 0 for 11 in the first half for Michael Jordan. As we take a look at the middle line halftime stats, the Bulls incidentally missed their last 8 shots, did not have a field goal the last 6.5 minutes. 10 of 26 from 2-point range, 2 of 10 from 3-point land, and just a total of 31 points. They shot 33% from the field.
Not a red dot to be found, as Michael Jordan has had to take a lot of those 3-point shots with the shot clock winding down, which does not make it any easier when you're struggling as he is.
And Miami shot 42%. Overall, 13 of 29 from 2-point range. 6 of 16, which is an improvement the way they have been going from 3-point land in this series.
And Tim Hardaway, 4 out of 9 from downtown. So much a part of Miami's attack.
The Heat up by 16, 47-31, Miami.
What's up? I'm thirsty. Anything else? Nope.
When your 2/10 is common sense, relaxez-vous. The more you earn, the less you learn to relaxez-vous.
We French, you'll find, are more inclined to relaxez-vous. Relax, 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 relaxez-vous.
the Stanley Cup Finals, the Daytona 500, and the Super Bowl. Until now, there was only one man behind the scenes at every event. His name is Bill. He delivers the Gatorade. Twist off a winning cap, and you too are headed to all 5 of the greatest sporting events of the year, just like Bill, without all that heavy lifting.
There's a land that has the colors of the world. A heart of red that stirs the soul. And green forests that take your breath away. In the year 2000, Sydney will bring these colours together. But you can discover their warmth right now. Sydney, Australia.
I'm Ahmad Rashad back in Miami. Now, I talked with Tim Hardaway and asked him what Pat Riley had said during halftime. He said Pat did not say much of anything at all, just told them to keep doing what they're doing. Now, in the other locker room, Phil Jackson told his team that they have got to play tougher. And while Michael Jordan is struggling, Scottie Pippen is going to have to come out strong. So look for him to take it away in the second half. Marv?
Right about on the subject of the struggles of that man, Michael Jordan, with the 0 for 11. He has had scoreless halves before. We're still trying to check out what the worst in terms of field goal percentage. The 3 points against Marshawn Leonard, as you saw the breakdown, were by virtue of free throws. In the playoffs, 2 players have had 0 for 14s. Back in 1948, Chuck Reiser with the Baltimore Bullets and Dennis Johnson, 78, while with the Seattle Sonics. Tim Hardaway can relate to what Michael Jordan is going through. He had an 0 for 17. That's the worst 0 for in NBA history during the regular season. Alonzo Mourning adding to the Miami lead.
And Tim Hardaway is quick to point out that in that ball game he had 14 assists, and his team at that time, the Golden State Warriors, won that game.
They beat San Antonio late December of 91 when Hardaway was 0 for 17. Well, Dennis Rodman and P.J. Brown again having some words. The foul on Brown, his third.
How Dennis Rodman initiates all that contact. He flails with those arms very well. And picking up for the lack of scoring from Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman 4 for 7 from the field, 1 for 1 from the line for 9 points.
To this point, Dennis Rodman making good on his guarantee of no technical fouls being picked up today. There's Longley able to stuff it down. Rare bucket for the Chicago Bulls.
As bad as the Chicago Bulls offense has been with execution and poor shooting, and you have to give some of the credit to Miami Heat, a lot of the credit, it's really the Bulls defense that can get them back into this game.
For Chicago, their first field goal, 7. Alonzo Mourning has 12 points, and Heat 51, and the Bulls 33.
Well, that's the way Alonzo Mourning started this game. Catch and shoot, or catch and make your play, and not hold the ball. When he does that, first of all, he's not going to turn the ball over, and he's getting good shots.
Jordan forced it. Here's Michael again. 0 for 13, but Jordan with the steal.
Well, Michael aimed those last 2, and that's why they came on one, the short arm, and then trying to aim that second one, shot it too long.
Pippen for 3. Oh, Longley comes up with it. Pippen again for 3. Bulls is trying to shoot their way back into it. Chicago 13 of 40, 32% from the field. I mentioned Rodman making good on his guarantee, no technicals. Remember, Mourning guaranteed a victory here today, and will be Chicago ball.
Alonzo Mourning can't get a handle on it, which has been his problem sometimes when the ball is knocking around instead of making sure he catches the ball first.
Bulls have hit only 1 of their last 12 shots. Longley. Nice move. So Luke Longley with a stuff a moment ago, and then able to go to the drive against Mourning. 7 points for Longley. 51-35 Miami. Open shot for Leonard. And kept alive by Brown. Longley lost sight of it on the cross.
And the look on the faces of the Chicago bench, in particular the coaching staff, has 5 red shirts out there standing still.
Jordan had it knocked away. Leonard for 3.
The thrills continue for the Rockets and the Jazz, Tuesday night on NBC.
So, where do you want this? Hey now, I ordered a new copier.
This is better than new, my friend.
Allow me to demonstrate. Oh, what do we have here? Wow. Enlarges, too. Even collates. I'll take it.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
That was close. I didn't think I could shove this baby through.
Time that I be up there and spread my wings, it feels good, you know. Like, I mean, that's the best part of the game to me. To do something that you ordinarily don't see. You're able to do that, you put in the right situation, man, it feels good. You know, like, I mean, that's the best part of the game.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By Acura, the true definition of luxury. Yours. And by the owners, managers, and crew who proudly call the McDonald's in your neighborhood My McDonald's.
Well, that last sequence, Michael Jordan apparently beyond Tim Hardaway. Hardaway able to reach in and knock it loose. So turnovers also a problem for Chicago. And this led to Sean Leonard's third three-pointer of this ballgame. And a big reason why Leonard's so open after that turnover, Michael Jordan not even close to getting back on defense.
It has been a long afternoon for Michael Jordan. 0 for 13, just 3 points, all 3 at the line. Jordan able to slice through, and Michael Jordan again not able to hit.
Well, a much better idea for Michael, though. Keep going to the basket, try to draw fouls. He's got to get into the scoring column to give the Bulls a chance. But so far, Miami's defense converging in that lane and making those shots tough.
21-point Miami lead. It's their biggest lead of the game. Last touch by Mourning. And Williams able to save it. And here's Jordan. Yes. Oh, Michael's talking to himself. Missed his first 14 and now has his first field goal.
Well, and oddly enough, it went in, but it was the first shot leaving his hand that looked good as well.
There have been several of the early going where he had to force it with the shot clock there running down, so he got hurt by that. He usually has a very fine percentage of converting and bailing out his ball club. Now Jordan looking to put moves on. Played well. Rashawn Leonard able to stop the dribble. Pippen with the pick. Jordan for 3. Pippen off the rebound. Oh, he's pounded. Foul by Mourning. That's 2 on Alonzo.
Well, these are the kinds of moves that Michael Jordan was making in Game 3. Very sharp, very definitive, hard dribble, get up in the air, shoot the ball at the top of his jump. Most of the shots that he missed in the first half, he was shooting on the way down. But mainly because he wasn't getting that high in the air because his legs looked so heavy.
And a 20-second timeout called by Chicago. Scottie Pippen was claiming that he's all right, but Dennis Rodman coming over to check out Pippen, who was in pain.
Whoa. Scottie Pippen with the knot on the head on the hard foul by Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning staying out of foul trouble in the first half, only with 1, now with 2. The pump fake gets Mourning in the air, and then Mourning coming down hard for the hard foul, making sure trying to come across the arms to prevent Pippen from getting that shot off in a possible three-point play. But he certainly nicked him with that right elbow on the left forehead.
And the Bulls were asking why not a flagrant foul. Dennis Rodman continuing the discussion with Bob Delaney. Look at that knot.
And I can see why the Chicago Bulls would want to take a timeout, a 20-second timeout, to get something like that looked at, and it probably needs to get ice on it very quickly.
But Scottie Pippen very calmly hits on the first free throw. 8 points for Pippen. (56-39). 7:25 remaining, third quarter. Marv Albert, Matt Guokas, and Ahmad Rashad from Miami. Game 4 of his best-of-7 Eastern Conference Final. Miami hoping to bring the series to Chicago for Game 5 on Wednesday. The Bulls with hopes of a dramatic turnaround. They'd love to sweep it and go home and rest. Jordan, 1 for 17. Mashburn for 3. Miami back to a 20-point lead.
A complete turnaround from Game 3 as Chicago, the team, having the problems with the offense, having the problems with the turnovers, and Miami converting after every one of the misses.
Here's Harper for 3. And Brian Williams able to haul it down. Mashburn broke it up. Mashburn for 3. And Brown kept it alive. Mashburn gave it up. He thought he was fouled. Pippen on the recovery. And Michael Jordan with only his second field goal. Now 2 of 18.
Yeah, it's almost as if Chicago Bulls coming into this game, we said earlier that they knew it was going to be an emotional onslaught by Miami early, but the way that Miami played in Game 3, it's obvious that the Chicago Bulls just didn't think Miami had anything left. Well, they do.
Shot clock down to 1. And P.J. Brown looking to draw the call, but he knocked it out of bounds. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. The Heat 59 and the Bulls 41.
Phil Jackson up off the bench to call the spread offense, see if the Bulls can't get some penetration, some cutting, or fire up a 3.
And it was saved by Williams. Apparently a problem with the 24-second clock. That three-pointer did graze the rim, so the Bulls should get the new 24.
How about Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan taking the ball to the basket at every opportunity, with the exception of that last three-point attempt by Scottie Pippen. But Scottie did have a reputation as a guy that didn't respond well to physical play, but he's staying on the floor with that knot on his head.
Foul on Hardaway. For Tim Hardaway, it is his first foul. And Miami with their third team foul. Ryan Williams with Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen on the front line. Harper in the backcourt. Nice move by Pippen. And the crowd looking for a technical foul for the hang on the rim. The Heat by 16. And Miami, rather Chicago, becoming a bit more aggressive at the defensive end.
Well, Scottie Pippen, who did a lot of posting up in Game 3 with a great deal of effect, as Dennis Rodman coming in and hanging on the rim ever so slightly, jumping on the back of Alonzo Mourning and catching him on the back of the head.
And the call, offensive foul, is on Mashburn. Mashburn had some words with Jordan.
Well, you see a totally different look of the Miami Heat. Mashburn right in the face of Ron Harper, and now technicals.
Well, Jamal Mashburn got involved a moment ago with Michael Jordan. And then had something to say to Ron Harper. He's been hit with a technical. That's the first technical of the day. And Jordan to the line. 3 of 4 at the line.
Well, right after that last play, Jamal Mashburn and Michael Jordan having some words. Mashburn doing most of the talking, and then Mashburn going over to Ron Harper. He had some more to say to him, and that's what earned him the technical foul.
Bulls showing some signs here. They've done it at the defensive end, trying to get back into it. And as Rodman has 11, the 21-point lead is down to 14. And Pat Riley has taken a 20-second timeout, so Chicago with a 10-3 run to cut it to 14. This is game 4 of this best-of-7 Eastern Conference final. Game 1, the Bulls won it, not pretty, 84-77. Jordan with 37 points and 9 rebounds. Look at the second chance points. And game 2 was on the ugly side. 75-68 Chicago. Pippen with 23 points and 7 rebounds. Both clubs struggling from three-point range. Michael Jordan only 4 of 15, and the Bulls exploded here Saturday in game 3. Look at the stat line. Mourning 1 of 4, 9 turnovers. And Michael Jordan able to break out with a 34-point game, shooting 14 of 25 from the field.
Well, the Chicago Bulls in their championship years of 91, 92, and 93, famous for their third-quarter defensive outburst. Really, last year and this year, some almost steal by Ron Harper.
And Harper's aggressive play has really helped to turn things here in the third. He'll get the tie-up. He and P.J. Brown scrambling on the floor, and things getting a bit testy now.
Dennis Rodman playfully playing with the officials. A different mindset by Dennis Rodman today. More offensive-minded and no technical as of yet.
Ron Harper stepping away to gather himself as he goes against P.J. Brown, and it's controlled by the Heat. Mashburn picked up by Pippen. 4:20 left in the third quarter. And pass. You can see little signs here, although it's been a horrendous game for Chicago coming into this third quarter. 6th Miami turnover in this third quarter after they protected the ball so well in the first half. Jordan putting moves on Leonard. Here's the fadeaway. Just cannot get it going, although the shots are looking better. It'll be Miami ball.
Because the mindset is to get into the lane, try to get to the basket, try to draw some fouls. He was cut off nicely that time by Vashawn Leonard, but in so doing, it left Michael open for the jump shot.
He is now 2 of 19 from the field. Well, Jordan looking for the steal on Leonard. Leonard protected the ball well. And here come the Bulls. Pippen pulls it up for 3. Oh, what a tip by Rodman. Ends up with it. Make it 2 for 20. And it will be Chicago possession. Last touch by Mourning. Bulls trying to catch Miami back. The block stopped Jordan. And the foul as Hardaway put the move on Pippen. It's on Pippen.
Well, this game has almost taken on schoolyard proportions for the Chicago Bulls and the Miami slow getting back in transition defense, and Michael Jordan thought he had an advantage, which he did against Leonard, beat him to the basket, but Alonzo Mourning, who does that so well, coming over to help out, knocked that shot away.
Dan Marley has come on for P.J. Brown. Bulls have missed their last 6 shots. The Heat have missed their last 4. It has not been pretty.
1-800-COLLECT presents Max Jerome, Private Eye.
Now what are we gonna do?
Better call the Beast House. Tell them we're gonna be late.
Hey,
You could save up to 44% if you dialed 1-800-COLLECT.
44%? You're kidding.
No, I'm not. It's easy. See?
You better listen to the brother. You're going to need that 44% when you get my bill.
Any Joe will tell you, 1-800-COLLECT is the easy way to save up to 44%.
McDonald's Big Beefy Quarter Pounder with cheese. Just buy any size fries and drink and get one Big Beefy Quarter Pounder with cheese for just 55 cents in a My Size meal.
55 cents? How much is the quarter pounder if I buy a small Coke and fries?
55 cents.
How much if I buy a strawberry shake and fries?
55 cents.
The deal is in the meal. My Size meal at my McDonald's.
Open up a Juki, it's a party in a can. Juki is so fun and fruity, you'll be dancing in the sand. Juki make you really kooky, Juki make you manly man. Juki, woo! Ah, it's a party in a can. Juki.
Oh man, mine's busted. Trust your taste buds, not commercials.
Passport.
Yes.
Hey, what were you expecting?
Great basketball is coming to NBC this summer. The WNBA, starting June 21st.
We got next.
Once again, a host of familiar faces here at Miami Arena. The great Don Shula, former head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Frequent visitor here to watch the Heat. Billy Corrigan of the Smashing Pumpkins. Golfer Raymond Floyd. And Sylvester Stallone, who's had running conversations with Dennis Rodman. Obviously, Dennis looking for that next action movie. We talked earlier about the big three. Well, they have not done it today. At least Jordan and Pippen have been way off. Rodman, a surprise with 11 points. Michael Jordan 0 for 11 in the first half. Let's check in with Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Marv. I think because of the shooting difficulties of Michael Jordan, a lot of people think, well, he must have went out and played golf all day long yesterday and therefore being a little bit tired. But he didn't. He only had one round of golf, and as you and I very well know, it can't be that tiring. Well, you probably get tired because you swing a lot when you play golf, but it certainly won't, the excuse won't be that he played too much golf. Marv?
Thank you, Ahmad, for that rundown of my alleged golf game. Ryan Williams able to slam it down, and the Bulls are very much alive despite the problems they've had. They're down by only 12 with 2:40 remaining in this third quarter. Miami is led by as many as 21 points. They were up 56-35. Mashburn, incredible shot with the double team coming over.
Now the defense for Chicago has picked up, and that shot surely challenged by Scottie Pippen as that Mashburn had a launching high over his outstretched arm.
And a foul call, a holding foul for the Heat. It is their fourth team foul. It's on Leonard, his second.
Another trend is starting to settle in here in the second half. Miami, with only 5 turnovers in the first half, have kicked it away 7 times in this third quarter.
Judd Bushler has checked in for the first time. Bushler with Williams and Pippen up front. Hopper and Jordan are the guards. They set it up for Bushler, and he hits the three. Well, Judd Bushler fresh off the bench. He's been hitting the three-pointer. Has that good touch. Cuts it to 11.
Phil Jackson pressing a button, knowing he's going to get some defensive effort, some lively legs from Judd Bushler. You don't expect the three right off the bat.
Hardaway coming up short. And last touch by Austin. Tim Hardaway, a native of Chicago, particularly disappointed with his performances in the 3 earlier games because a lot of friends and family back in Chicago, and he has heard from them, but he's picked it up here today with 18 points. Jordan puts the bullseye. Jordan draws the foul. So Michael to the line with 1:38 remaining in this third quarter. Next Saturday, NBC Sports will take you to the red clay of Roland Garros Stadium for the French Open, presented by Perrier. Grand Slam tennis starting next Saturday, 3 o'clock Eastern, right here on NBC.
Bob, you mentioned Tim Hardaway with 18 points, all of them coming in the first half. He has only taken one shot in this third quarter, a 3, and he's missed it.
The Heat 61 and the Bulls 52. A minute and a half left in the third. Hardaway pressured by Harper. Mashburn. Here's the double as Harper comes over. Shot clock down to 5. Hardaway forced into a difficult shot. Pippen pulls up for the 3. Yes. Big bucket by Scottie Pippen. And certainly it is just a 6-point Miami lead.
And the Heat getting themselves in trouble, much as they did in Game 3. Throwing the ball in the post, standing around. Chicago defense picking it up.
Hardaway for 3. And the officials confer with each other. Last touch by Judd Bushler of the Bulls. Chicago has outscored Miami 20-5 to get back into it. They were down at the half by 16. They trailed by as many as 21. Here's Alonzo Mourning returning, replacing Jamal Mashburn, who was effective earlier, but leads with 14 points and 4 fouls. Mourning had it knocked away. And the Bulls are on the basketball. And you can see a difference in the attitude of the Bulls. They are making their way back. Harper brings them within 4. Down to a half-minute left in the third. Bushler with the steal. And Jordan pulls it back as the Bulls set it up with 20 seconds remaining. Jordan saying 1 shot.
He wanted to make sure. It might look like Michael had some transition there, but playing the percentage right now.
Just a second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Jordan had it knocked away and had to force it. So after 3, after trailing by as many as 21, it is a 4-point Miami lead. The Heat 61 and the Bulls 57, despite the extraordinary 2 of 21 shooting by Michael Jordan. We'll be back after these words from your local station. You are watching the NBA on NBC.
C'est si bon de partir n'importe où, bras dessus, en chantant des chansons. C'est si bon de se dire des mots doux, de petits rien du tout, mais qui en disent en langue.
I think I had a shot for all occasions. I practiced hook shots, I practiced my finger roll, I practiced jump shots. You know, the finger roll took it over. That was just a great shot for me. Just roll it over their fingertips, you know, and they think they got it and it just roll over. Everybody can dunk, but everybody can't finger roll.
Don't miss Jay with funny men Martin Short and Jim Fowler, NBC, tonight.
This game is brought to you in part by your local Ford dealer.
You don't want to miss this. 1.9% financing for up to 48 months at your Ford dealer. You heard right. 1.9 financing on Taurus, Escort, Contour, and the all-new ZX2. Are you with me on this? 1.9 financing can save you thousands. Wow! Or for a longer term, get 3.9 financing for up to 60 months. How much can that save you? Lots. That's 1.9 for 48, 3.9 for 60, even cash back as high as $2,000. Better hurry. Get to your favorite Ford dealer today.
This Memorial Weekend, instead of the same old picnic, come to Montgomery Ward and have yourself a real picnic. With big savings throughout the entire store, you'll find a big spread of electronics on sale and some really cool deals on appliances, too. Then make quite a haul on all furniture and mattresses when you take an extra 10% off, even on sale prices. And get free delivery on all appliances $349 and up. But hurry, because a picnic like this won't be around forever. The Montgomery Ward Memorial Weekend Sale, Friday through Monday.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
Well, the Bulls are back in it, but Michael Jordan's struggles continue from the field. 2 for 22. Mishandles the ball, has this one just go off the rim on him. And then his reaction, just like other players on other levels, the look of frustration on Michael's faces. There's Michael's numbers or shots in Game 3, 14 for 25, and the Blues have overtaken the Reds here in Game 4, just 2 for 22.
Michael Jordan attempting 11 shots in the third quarter. Only 9 points today. 5 of 7 at the foul line. But the Bulls are within 4 as this fourth quarter gets started. Sean Leonard off the paint. Nice move. And the Heat up now 63-57. Miami hoping to extend to a 5th game, which will take place in Chicago on Wednesday. The Bulls seeking to wrap it in 4 here this afternoon. Jordan, yes. And that is easily the most fluid shot that he has been able to get off here today.
And Michael has used so much energy, and when you're missing shots at that kind of clip, it's got to be even tougher.
Leonard played by Bushler. 3 Bulls going for that loose ball, and Ron Harper, who's been instrumental in the Chicago comeback due to the defensive play in the third quarter, which included 3 steals, came up with that ball. Miami with 9 turnovers in the third quarter. Now Marley is on Jordan. Jordan able to shut. And Rodman and Mourning have to be separated. Rodman is slid aside by Bushler. It's as if teammates on both teams are just looking to keep their guy out of trouble, avoiding the technical. It's a loose ball foul on Rodman.
Well, it's always a wrestling match on the boards, especially when Dennis Rodman is trying to get position, trying to root Mourning out of that position, and then the takedown. And then the feet get involved as they start pushing with feet. And then Judd Bushler, as if he was on a snowboard, right out of there.
Dennis Rodman with his second foul. Minute and a half gone by in the fourth quarter. The Heat up 63-59, and Rodman, you're hearing it from the crowd. Dennis has played exceptionally well here this afternoon. Remaining on the floor with Bushler and Williams up front. Jordan gets a rest. Kerr has checked back in. Hardaway. Tim Hardaway has 20. So the Heat leading now 65-59.
Both teams, however, Marv, showing a tendency to play a lot of one-on-one basketball. Not enough ball movement, not enough player movement. And that gets people standing around.
Rodman at the high post. Trying to draw the foul. working extremely well after that surge by Chicago.
Well, Tim Hardaway with the advantage against Steve Kerr, able to take him off the dribble, and then slow transition defense by Chicago. Ike Austin getting out there, and Brian Williams making the mistake, not committing the hard foul.
NBA.com. Log on and get connected.
It is said that good things come to those who wait. But in business, greater things come to those who refuse to. And for people like these, an incredible weapon has been created.
Velo from Philips Magnavox. Windows, email, internet. The power of a computer in the palm of your hand.
Did you see the look on his face? Hey, here comes another one. Come to Papa. Wait, not a Ford Contour. That thing's got more moves than a cat. What do they think we are, Greyhounds?
Test drive the newly restyled Ford Contour. One drive will surprise you.
Hey, you guys up for a little Italian?
Now, get 1.9% APR financing for 48 months on Ford Contour.
Whoa. Oh, no. Hey, Mr. Dog, can you get those shorts for me? Wait, where are you going? You heinous beast. Hey, bro, can I borrow your towel? Hey, honeys. No, don't bail on me like that.
Not going anywhere for a while.
Come on, deal.
Get some clothes. Play Snickers Gotta Have Nuts giveaway, and you can win some highfalutin threads.
God bless America. Mm-hmm.
Miller Genuine Draft presents a classic moment of the NBA at 50.
Today we look at a classic coaching rivalry. Bulls head coach Phil Jackson and Pat Riley of the Miami Heat. Now, the last time they met in the conference finals was back in 1993. And Game 5, Charles Smith could not convert from under the hoop as the Bulls took a 3-2 lead. The Bulls ended matters in Game 6 and went on to their third straight championship. In recognition of this classic moment, the Miller Brewing Company will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. Well, the Bulls had cut the lead down to 4. It was 61-57. It was 63-59, but a strong response from Miami. They're up now by 8 as Isaac Austin goes to the line.
And Phil Jackson taking a bit of a gamble here with Steve Kerr in the game. He'll be matched up against Hardaway, and that's a tough cover for Steve. But while Michael Jordan gets a bit of a breather, Phil needs an offensive threat out on the floor, and Kerr provides that from beyond the arc.
Pippen played by Mashburn. And a loose ball foul. Found the Bulls.
Loose ball foul on the Bulls.
For Chicago, their 13th foul. That's number 4 on Brian Williams. And talking about the shooting difficulties of Michael Jordan, who was 3 of 24. Scottie Pippen has been off 5 for 14.
And getting nothing from Tony Kukoc, who only played 8 minutes in the first half. 0 for 1 from the field.
Marley trying to split his way through and then fed off to Mashburn. Morning able to recover with the shot clock running down. Marley with the rebound. And they get the new 24. Hardaway changed his mind. Morning. And Brian Williams felt this should have been an offensive foul.
Well, Brian Williams took a shot from Alonzo Mourning, and a little earlier, Scottie Pippen got hit in the same spot on the head for Mourning. So Alonzo throwing those arms around.
7-0 run by Miami. Here's Williams. And Brian Williams will go to the line.
But the last sequence for the Miami Heat, much better. The ball, crisper passes, sharper cuts, and everything looks better offensively as Alonzo Mourning with that little jump hook getting that left arm out. In the 7 wins, Alonzo Mourning with the 21 and 10 and the block shots. And in the losses, it's the general problems for Alonzo Mourning are the turnovers and the missed free throws.
Michael Jordan checking back in. Brian Williams, who saw limited action this season, signing on late with Chicago, shot 73% at the line. Look at those numbers. 5 of 14 for Pippen. Dennis Rodman, the surprise at 5 of 10, 11 points. And Michael Jordan 0 for 11 in the first half. And 3 for 24, only 11 points. Again, a loose ball foul. It's on Rodman. That is his third.
Well, Dennis Rodman guaranteed he would not pick up a technical foul. Once again, getting all tangled up with Alonzo Mourning. Evidently, the officials thinking he pushed Mourning, which he certainly grabbed him before that, but just the customary clap by Dennis Rodman on the call, but has really not done anything yet to get that technical.
Bulls now have 4 team fouls. Nice serve for Austin. And the Heat leading 72-60. Pippen changed his mind. Rodman trying to draw the foul on Mourning. Here's Pippen from 3. Jordan with the rebound. And here taking each other to the floor. And let's keep an eye on the benches. Nobody coming off either bench. And we'll have to see how the officials call this. Obviously, be at least a double technical. Pat Riley did get into it. Well, this was brewing, obviously. The only question, will there be ejections?
Well, Mourning and Rodman on just about every trip down the floor, making all kinds of contact, arms flailing, legs moving, battling for position. But a good job by both coaching staffs to keep the respective benches in tow and behind that line. Nobody wanting any suspensions at this point.
Mourning and Rodman continue to have words and are kept apart by their teammates. The officials now discussing it. So much for Dennis Rodman not picking up at least one technical foul here.
Well, and of course he continues to taunt and look at Alonzo Mourning, trying to get him to react. Dennis might be thinking, I may be going here. I want to make sure I take Alonzo with me.
And West over to interpret the call to the Bulls. Joe Forte talking with Miami. No official word yet. Let's pick it up here. Still no official word. Will it be double technicals or ejection? Dennis Rodman being kept away by Michael Jordan. Well, apparently a technical on each player, double technical. And a jump ball, no ejection.
Oh, once again, Mourning getting pushed by Dennis Rodman and then coming in with that elbow first. And Alonzo has been throwing the elbows around. I think he caught Rodman with that right elbow on the side of the head. He's already gotten Pippen twice. And Rodman realized exactly what was going on, tried to tie up and did, and the takedown on Mourning.
And you can see in the midst of all the byplay, Dennis Rodman continued the taunting and was trying to get Alonzo Mourning involved in striking back in some fashion to pick up a second technical, which would have meant ejection. I think both players fortunate they were not ejected. Baudelaire with a fake on the toss.
And you know the officials will really keep an eye on Robin Amore. They're not guarding each other right now.
And here's Brian Williams. Bulls have missed their last 5 shots. Rodman went down again. Bulls shooting just 34% for the game. Rodman going down, just looking to pick up fouls now. Jordan, yes. 72-62, Miami. Lots of time remaining. 7:40 to go in this 4th quarter. And a foul called. The basket will not count. Rodman trying to give the impression that he was pushed, but he committed a foul. No question about that. His 4th foul.
And it turns out to be a good foul for the Chicago Bulls because Rodman clearly beaten on the good pass by Jamal Mashburn to Ike Austin, who would have had that easy layup. Now he has to go to the line and try to earn them there.
And the Bulls are over the foul limit. It's number 5. Miami with just 1. Isaac Austin, 3 of 4 at the line. (73-62) Miami. The Bulls down by as many as 21. They've cut it to 4, but Miami able to respond. Isaac Austin able to protect the ball. Michael Jordan, 4 for 26. No question, one of his worst performances of all time, although still 7 minutes remaining. Austin with Marlin, 3-point attempt. And Rodman with the rebound. Pippen could not locate the shot. Jordan double teamed. Pippen for Harper. Shot clock down to 6. Bulls not able to find the shot. Excellent defense by Miami.
Well, Jordan wanted it early when he had Tim Hardaway in the post position, but it took the Bulls so long to get him the ball, and the double team got it out of his hands.
Michael Jordan setting it up on the crossover. Off the good pick from Dennis Rodman. 73-64 Miami. Hardaway from Mashburn. Mashburn. And back comes Pippen. Jordan with Hardaway at close quarters again. Michael Jordan cuts it to a 7-point Heat lead. Timeout taken by Miami with 5:52 to go in the 4th quarter. So Jordan now 6 for 29, but showing some signs.
Hey, Max. Why just sit around when you could have fun in the new Ford CX2?
Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. Everywhere I go, your face I see. Every step I take, you take with me. Nowhere to run to, baby.
The new Ford CX2. Grab life by the wheel. Max?
Now get 1.9% APR financing for 48 months on the new Ford ZX2.
Deep Blue is actually an IBM RS6000 SP.
It's scalable.
Massively scalable.
Parallel processing.
Massively parallel.
A maxed out SP could do 1 trillion calculations per second. But no arms.
Arms are definitely a problem.
It's all about to happen. The Chicago Bulls in the playoffs, and it's time to...
No, please. Please, listen, watching TV. Please, go back. On.
Oh, the game.
Grab a Miller Lite.
They're holding. Pass in the middle. To the wing.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Reebok, helping athletes perform at the top of their game. By the new 1998 Ford Escort CX2. Grab life by the wheel. And by Miller Genuine Draft, who reminds you it's time for a good old macro brew.
It's been a struggle for Michael Jordan all day long. 6 for 28 from the field, but starting to get the rhythm now. Just beating Dan Marley, getting up in the air, knifing between two defenders to put up the jumper, and then Brian Williams setting the screen. Nobody's showing up to help out Tim Hardaway. Well, the Reds are starting to creep back, but the Blues still with an overwhelming advantage. 6 for 28 for Michael Jordan. The Miami Heat coming into this fourth game averaging 73 points in the series. That's 73 right now and the 7-point lead.
And Michael Jordan with 8 of the Bulls, 9 points in this fourth quarter. He's hit 4 of 6 from the field in the fourth. Now to a 7-point lead. Brian Williams fronting Alonzo Mourning. And a foul is called. So that's number 5 on Williams. The Bulls already over the foul limit. A reminder, tomorrow the NBA playoffs will move to prime time. Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. Charles Barkley and the Rockets going up against Karl Malone and the Utah Jazz. And if a Game 5 is necessary, you can join us in prime time, 9 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday. The Eastern Conference Finals will continue if Miami can hold on and beat the Bulls here this afternoon. There would be a Game 5 Wednesday at 9 Eastern time right here on NBC.
Phil Jackson losing confidence as Mourning has missed all 4 free throws that he's taken. Luke Longley only playing 3 minutes in this second half. Tony Kukoc not playing at all.
So Brian Williams remaining on the floor despite the 5 fouls. Mashburn now defending on Jordan. And a foul from Mashburn. It is number 5.
The foul on 24, Jamal Mashburn, is 5th. Team second.
Only the second team foul, a non-shooting affair. And the Bulls get the new 24. A late wake-up call for Chicago. Turned it up in the third quarter. Did it defensively to get back into it. Jordan now very much back into it.
Amazing as Michael looked so slow in the first half of this game. No legs. All of a sudden has reached down somewhere to get this kind of movement and energy. Unbelievable.
The Heat lead is down to 5. Just under 5 minutes remaining. And Rodman with the steal and call for the timeout to save the possession.
Terrific defensive play by Dennis Rodman. Tightrope walking along that baseline and making sure that he caught the ball and stayed inbounds, not even really looking to the official, but just getting up and giving the 20-second timeout. And prior to that, on the last possession, Michael roaming the baseline. The pump fake to Shed Leonard up in the air for another jumper.
Rodman trying to call for the 20. They did not have a 20 left. It's a full timeout.
Go where you wanna go. Leave the boundaries far behind you.
Introducing the all-new Goodyear Eagle F1 with racing-inspired dual aqua channels that sweep water away for serious traction in the wet, especially in braking. The new ultra-high-performance Goodyear Eagle F1.
Serious freedom. Goodyear, Goodyear.
Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me.
I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue.
The chores.
The stores.
Get 4.8% APR financing for 48 months on Ford Explorer.
At the age of 21, he is rewriting golf history. After his amazing win at the Masters, Tiger Woods goes for his 7th USGA championship in 7 years. Tiger's incredible march continues as he vies for back-to-back Grand Slam victories in his first appearance as a pro at the U.S. Open, coming June 12th to NBC.
Well, there are the numbers that spell out how the Chicago Bulls have been able to turn things. Michael Jordan with 10 of Chicago's 11 points in this fourth quarter, while Tim Hardaway has not done it in the second half. Had the 18-point first half, but only 2 points in the second half.
And with Michael warming up, you would expect him to get the shooting opportunity on that possession. See if Pat Riley has talked about double-teaming Michael on possessions below the free throw line extended.
Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. And here is Jordan. Warning with the rebound. Miami in possession, up by 5, 4:35 to go in the fourth. Jamal Mashburn. He has 17 points, looked to be hesitant, and then took the open shot. And the foul is called on Leonard. That's 3 on Rashawn Leonard. It is a non-shooting foul for Miami, their 3rd team foul.
An advantage Heat coming out of that last timeout. The Bulls coming with really no imagination there, just settling for jump shot, even though Michael Jordan has the hot hand after all day long being so cold. He's not really anything inside or going to the basket to possibly draw a foul. And then Mashburn on a defensive breakdown gets the wide open 3.
Excellent performance by Dennis Rodman. All-around game for Dennis. 11 points, 9 rebounds. Jordan foul. He'll go to the line. Judd Bushler is back, replacing Rodman. And the foul on Mashburn, that is his 6th. Alonzo Mourning was saying, no, it's on me. It's on me because Mourning has only 2 fouls, but Mashburn is fouled out.
Well, throughout Alonzo Mourning's career, the shoe has been on the other foot. He's the one usually in foul trouble. He only has 2 in this one. Alonzo Mourning begging for the call, realizing that Mashburn a key figure for the Miami Heat right now.
Solid game for Mashburn, able to turn it from the 5 points in 26 minutes in game 3. 7 of 12 shooting for his 17. And Michael Jordan just 5 of 7 at the line.
But we are starting to see the double team come. As soon as Michael breaks that free throw line extended on the wing, on each possession, a player has come over to start to double team him to get the ball out of his hands, with the theory being, if we're going to lose, let's have it be somebody else besides Michael Jordan.
Dennis Rodman is back. Coming on for Judd Bushler. 6-point Miami lead. As we come up on 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Some pressure being shown by the Bulls. Miami trying to bring it to a 5th game in Chicago on Wednesday. Here's Marlin. Blocked by Williams. Ryan Williams playing with the 5 personal fouls, able to come up with the block. Jordan looking for some space. Picked up on a switch by P.J. Brown to the fairway. Yes. It's down to 4, and a timeout taken by Miami with 3:37 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, Brian Williams playing with 5 personal fouls, holding his ground inside, keeping his feet, not leaving too soon, keeping that arm not quite straight up, but enough to block that Marley shot. And then Michael Jordan dropping the head, beating the Heat to any kind of double team, getting up in the air.
So the Miami lead is 4, and they're forced to take a timeout.
The stars in your life. The Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, and the Milky Way. They're the reason we make Ford Windstar with over 40 standard safety features. In fact, Windstar is the only minivan to earn 5 stars, the highest possible rating in government crash tests. Follow the stars, and they'll lead you to Windstar. Ford Windstar, created for the most important people in the world.
It happened one day. Just after sunrise in Hunan, Shen Cheng became the first in his village to call America. Lloyd moved from Lone Pine to the global village. And a man named Riley scouted 6 NBA teams at one time. Later, a banker sent $500 million and hope to workers halfway around the world. And a reporter sent word that the citizens of Claremont were all safe and sound.
Nothing is impossible. Well, we've got to believe that, too.
As Christopher Reeve inspired a room full of people 1,000 miles away. 220 million times a day, people share information, ideas, and dreams on the most powerful network on Earth. And from a world away, a tiny voice reached Shen Cheng.
Hi, Papa.
AT&T. It's all within your reach.
What a finish!
Drexler outside. Maloney. Johnson at the buzzer. Yes!
Yesterday, Eddie Johnson's buzzer beater lifted Houston to victory, tying the series. Now it's back to Utah for pivotal Game 5. Barkley and the Rockets, Malone and the Jazz. The NBA Conference Finals go prime time, Tuesday at 9 on NBC.
We will win on Monday.
Well, the bold statement made after the loss in Game 3 on Saturday. That's the statement of desperation by Alonzo Mourning. He's been looking very good throughout the first half. The Bulls turning it, though, after trailing by as many as 21, and Miami could be tightening up. Another turnover. The Heat lead is down to 4 with 3:32 to go in this fourth quarter. That's turnover number 15 by Miami. Oh, George just looking down and scoring at Sean Leonard. And Jordan putting moves on Leonard, then tripped up. And the contention of the Miami Heat was that it was Dennis Rodman who inadvertently tripped up Michael Jordan. But Leonard picks up his fourth.
Well, here's Michael Jordan getting that pick. And watch the left foot, and they are right. It was Dennis Rodman's foot that Michael Jordan tripped over. The foul called on Vashawn Leonard. The Heat in the penalty. Put Jordan back to the line.
Major break for the Bulls. The quick whistle, and it was actually teammate Dennis Rodman who made contact with Michael Jordan.
Still trying to get into the ear and the head of Alonzo Mourning is Dennis Rodman.
The Miami lead is down to 2. 3:20 left in the fourth quarter. 12-3 run by the Bulls. And of Let's Go Heat. Hardaway, 3.
Scottie Pippen had the right idea. It was an isolation for Hardaway. Tried to get him to get off the ball. Hardaway wisely kept his dribble.
And again, Jordan to the line. Pat Riley very upset. Very fortunate that he was not hit with a technical foul. Joe Forte had the whistle in his mouth, ready to call it.
If this was not playoff basketball, Pat Riley certainly would have gotten a technical foul. No way of knowing exactly what he said, but Joe Forte showing a lot of restraint.
Well, Michael Jordan has scored the last 15 points for Chicago. And as I mentioned earlier, what's amazing, because it appeared he had no legs earlier, that he was able to regroup and somehow find the strength to turn it on here in the fourth quarter. 79-76. A 3-point Heat lead. Jordan now has 27 points. Hard-fought 27 for Michael Jordan, who was 0 for 11 in the first half. Now wanted a foul on Jordan. Shot clock down to 6. Hardaway coming up short. Harper got a piece of it. Hardaway thought he was fouled. Jordan has the look. puts the moves on Leonard, and fires. It's down to 1. He has scored 20 of the 21 points in this fourth quarter. He turned a first-half disaster into another Jordan classic with 2:17 to go in the third. Jordan over Leonard, and the Miami lead is just 1.
Yo, man, I'm out here in L.A. I don't know how you can avoid not getting caught up in the hype.
Well, don't talk to me about the parties. Ask me how it is in the paint. You want to know the truth about the paint? You can't handle the truth, Bill. They bow you. They grab you. They foul you on purpose. The aim is mental, Bill.
It's all mental.
It's not about your physicalities or your abnormalities.
It's where your head's at. It's mental.
Mental. Coming out here partying all the time.
Nah.
Focus.
Game.
Looking for a smart way to earn up to $40,000 for college? Call 1-800-USA-ARMY and ask how to qualify for the Montgomery GI Bill, plus the Army College Fund. Now, $40,000 for college.
Weekend warriors, prepare for battle.
Nowhere in America will you find more of the best brands for your lawn and garden. Great names like Scotts, Honda, and Toro than at the Home Depot, your power equipment headquarters.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can fly. Woo. I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. If I just spread.
Ladies and gentlemen, Third Rock from the Sun!
We will Third Rock you.
What you talking about, Willie?
Tommy's upset cause he has to wear bows. The hacker man is sucking on Mary's toes. Sally's in love with that Seinfeld guy. Harry's got a headache and he doesn't know why. We will Third Rock you.
Well, we talked about the body language of Michael Jordan in the first half. It was not good. Now you just see him dropping his head, using that high pick from Dennis Rodman on the reset, hanging in the air, fading back. And Dennis Rodman knew he freed up Michael Jordan, but knew that Michael had to take a tough shot, and he'll take it. 7 for 10 for Michael Jordan in this fourth quarter.
Michael Jordan with 20 of the Bulls, 21 points, including the last 18. 2:15 remaining in the fourth. Here's the pressure by Chicago. Pippen all over Marley. 1 point, Miami lead. Looking to extend their season to a 5th game. Marley came up short. He thought he was fouled. No call. Harper pulled it back. Pippen with the pick. Jordan swings in. And Mourning with the rebound. A minute 35 to go in the fourth quarter. Pick and roll, Mourning. And a foul, a blocking foul against the Bulls. Alonzo Mourning to the line where he has gone 0 for 4. Foul on Rodman, his 5th.
Well, on the previous possession, Tim Hardaway unable to get the ball. Good denial by Ron Harper, and that was the time that Dan Marley drove, took a shot at the Jordan, no call. And then on this pick and roll to Alonzo Mourning, Dennis Rodman was there, and I thought in plenty of time, but he turned his body away, and that's why the foul was called against him.
Miami with a 2-point lead. 15 points, 14 rebounds for Mourning. Miami by 3. A minute 20 remaining in the fourth. Jordan with Pippen, the shot clock running down to 3. And Miami back in possession with 1 minute left. They have a 3-point lead. Here comes the double on Hardaway. Shot clock down to 6. And as Leonard went to his left, a blocking foul. Foul on Short, that is his second.
Alonzo Mourning, when he went to the line early in the game, missing the first 4, but making 2 crucial ones there. Former coach John Thompson showing his happiness.
John Leonard, an excellent free throw shooter, 82% at the line. So Alonzo Mourning, who's had his difficulties at the line, hit 2 a moment ago. And now Leonard in a clutch situation hits on both. Miami by 5. 44 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. And the Bulls call for time. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local station.
NBC Friday.
It's about punishment and punishment fitting the crime.
A vigilante on the loose.
It's got to be somebody who's a part of the system.
No appeals, no mercy.
Prosecutor who's become judge and executioner.
On the docket, a hung jury.
She may still be alive.
Profiler. NBC Friday.
You want to share a thought? Set up an appointment. Find an old friend. Or learn a new fact. With Ameritech, you can do it all without a worry. Because our reliable local network makes every connection work. And we do it all at the right price with innovations like call packs. You can talk as long as you want for one low monthly price. At Ameritech, we make the local connection between people work. Stick with what works. Ameritech, your link to better communication.
Watch out. Once the crave gets you, it's gotcha. White Castle.
Sports with John Kelly, tonight at 10 on NBC5 News.
Well, the Miami Heat now with a 5-point lead, 44 and 4/10 seconds. Remaining in the fourth quarter, looking to bring this series to a 5th game in Chicago on Wednesday. And we'll be there to bring it to you. Game 5 between the Bulls and the Heat. If the Heat are able to hang on, 9 o'clock Eastern time, right here on NBC. There will be a 5th game tomorrow in the West. Prime time tomorrow night, the Western Conference Finals between the Houston Rockets and the Utah Jazz, 9 o'clock Eastern time. NBC with the NBA playoffs the rest of the way, including the finals. Rodman for 3. Williams with the rebound, and now Hofer tees it up for 3. Rebound Rodman, and the tip with a Rodman or Williams able to tip it home. It is Brian Williams cutting it to a 3-point Miami lead, and the Heat take a timeout with 31 and 6/10 seconds to go.
Well, the previous possession before the timeout, it was a tentative one for the Chicago Bulls as the Miami defense was scrambling, got the ball out of the hands of Michael Jordan. This possession, everybody launching threes. Rodman taking one, Harper making one, but the relentless effort by Dennis Rodman to stay with it and knock it down to pull Chicago within 3 with 31.6 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
And that Miami has just taken its final timeout. Chicago with 2 left. It will be Miami ball when we resume.
And you can see John Crotty, another point guard, getting his jacket off. It's a lineup that Pat Riley has used quite a bit this year with 2 point guards, John Crotty and Tim Hardaway, but it's not a very comfortable lineup against the Chicago Bulls because of their size in the backcourt. But on this particular possession, with the Bulls scrambling on defense, Pat Riley wants to get good ball handlers out on the floor and good foul shooters.
Well, I'll look at the three-point shooting rundown for the Chicago Bulls. They have not had the touch, obviously. Scottie Pippen, 2 of 9. Michael Jordan, 0 for 6. 1 for 7 for Ron Harper. Bulls at one point were down by 21. It appeared Miami was on its way to a blowout. The Bulls had nothing going in the first half. The first half that saw Jordan go 0 for 11. But with 2:17 left, the Bulls did close to 79-78. Their defensive pressure, their all-around defensive play got them back into it in the third quarter. Alonzo Mourning receiving support today from his 2 Georgetown Hoya pals, Patrick Ewing and Dikembe Mutombo, and Patrick waiting in the tunnel to take in these final seconds.
Well, when you're a good defensive team like the Chicago Bulls and 31 seconds to go, you would like to rely on that defense to get the stop. But I would think that the Bulls are under instructions if Alonzo Mourning touches the ball to foul him.
And Marley will put it in play. Remember, the Heat with no timeouts left. Now Randy Brown, excellent defensive player, has come on for Chicago, matched with John Crotty. Marley gets it in to Crotty. The Chicago Bulls are over the limit, as are the Miami Heat. Crotty with the feed. Puts it down. 85-80. Bulls do have timeouts left. Scottie Pippen for Michael Jordan. Can't find a 3 and now guns it. Rebounded by Hardaway. And a foul with 10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Well, what a substitution by Pat Riley. Coming out of the last timeout, John Crotty sitting on the bench all the second half, showing a lot of poise under some defensive pressure, got the penetration and the kick to Alonzo Mourning, and that puts a little hop in the step of Pat Riley as the Bulls with Dennis Rodman and with 5 personal fouls, but it really wouldn't have mattered in that situation, not getting the opportunity to foul Mourning.
Hardaway at the line for the first time. Excellent free throws, due to 80% during the season. They put some time on the clock. 11 and 4/10 seconds to go. 6-point Miami lead. Make it 87-80. Now the Bulls take a timeout. This one appears to be headed back to Chicago for a Game 5 on Wednesday night. Despite the exploits of Michael Jordan, following up on that 0 for 11 first half, he has hit 20 of his 29 points in the fourth quarter. Nearly took the Bulls on his back to pull this one out.
Well, I said in the opening, Marv, that Alonzo Mourning, in not necessarily guaranteeing a win, but saying that his team would win, I said that he must have spotted something that everyone else missed. And really, you got to give this Miami Heat team a lot of credit for their heart, character, and not so much that they're going to win this ball game, but coming out and playing winning basketball. And that's really what I think this crowd, this organization was looking for, and what they got from this organization and team all season long. It's Alonzo Mourning finishing off that play. 18 points, 14 rebounds. Rodman had to help on defense, and Crotty makes the perfect dish as Patrick Ewing happy to see his foul from Georgetown. Alonzo Mourning finish off that play and earlier make those 2 key free throws.
We mentioned earlier Miami coming into today with a record of 4-0 facing elimination. That is most impressive. There were 3 decisive games in the best of 7 against the Knicks, and they came back from the 3-1 deficit to defeat the Knicks, and then won a 5th and final game in that opening series against the Heat responding so well, did not want to get embarrassed by being swept, particularly when the fourth game is here at home. And Pat Riley certainly did a job getting his club ready for the defending world champion Chicago Bulls here this afternoon. Down to 11 and 4/10 seconds remaining. Bulls do have one timeout left. Here's Jordan for three. And kicked out of bounds with 5 and 6/10 seconds to go. It will be Miami ball. And John Crotty will just run it out. Miami Heat remaining alive. It will be a fifth game at the United Center in Chicago on Wednesday. So Alonzo Mourning guaranteed it, and he certainly played a major role in this Miami victory here today. Let's go to Ahmad with Alonzo Mourning.
All right, thanks, Marv. Alonzo, you guaranteed that you guys were going to win this game today, and you did just that.
Yeah, I did. Everybody, they counted us out, and they wrote us off, you know, but we strive and play well in adverse situations. You know, we believed in ourselves, and that's what got it done today.
A lot of people taking shots at character. You guys weren't playing hard. You were going to just fold it in. That didn't happen today.
Well, listen, you know, they gave us a lot of opportunities in game 1 and 2 to win the ball game, but we just didn't take advantage of it. You know, guys hit shots today. You know, that made a difference in our play. You know, when we're hitting shots and we're getting baskets in transition, we executing our offense. You know, we're very effective, and it's tough to beat us.
A great day today. You don't care to make any predictions for Wednesday, do you?
Hey, we're going to go with the same attitude. Same attitude. We come out with the same attitude, mental toughness, mental and physical toughness. We'll get the job done.
All right, Alonzo, congratulations. We'll see you on Wednesday. All right, back to you, Marv.
Artemon, Alonzo Mourning, 18 points, 14 rebounds. Tim Hardaway with 25. Jamal Mashburn, 17 points. Michael Jordan as a follow-up to the 0 for 11, finished 9 of 35, 29 points, 20 of his 29 in the fourth quarter. So this series advances to Chicago for a Game 5 on Wednesday night. That'll be 9 o'clock Eastern Time right here on NBC. And then tomorrow night, starting at 9 in the East, it'll be the Houston Rockets and the Utah Jazz in game number 5 of that series that is tied at 2. We'll see you Wednesday at 9 from Chicago as the Miami Heat remain alive by beating the Chicago Bulls 87-80. Marv Albert, Matt Kokas, Ahmad Rashad saying so long from Miami.
The NBA, the NFL,